After evaluating the existing data, the decision may be to embark upon the conduct of a prospective clinical investigation. In this course, we do not intend to provide detailed guidance on the writing of the different essential documents involved in a clinical investigation, but will provide guidance to the learners on what regulatory professionals should ensure and how notified body reviewers should check the essential points leading to compliance with the applicable regulations. This course is based on the requirements of the EU Medical Device Regulations, ISO 14155, MEDDEV 2.7.1, and the applicable NBOG checklists for NB audits. The Clinical Investigation Plan, also called Protocol, needs to correspond to the requirements outlined in detail in ISO 14155 Annex A. The justification for conducting a pre-market clinical investigation under the EU regulations is based on the lack of existing data for the given device, showing evidence of safety and performance needed for compliance with the essential requirements. As a result, it should be directly derived from the conclusions in the clinical evaluation report on existing data. As a reminder, before deciding to embark on a prospective clinical investigation, the review of existing data should always be performed. What do we mean with study design, as this is quite a complex concept? Study design will first focus on the type of study. For example, an open non-randomized study in which only the specific product is tested without comparison to other existing treatments. This design is very often used for performance validation. The performance of a medical device is inherent to the device itself, and obtaining CE mark does not need demonstration of superiority to another device. A randomized control study will compare the new medical device to an existing known product or treatment, which can be another device, a drug, or another type of treatment. For example, a surgical intervention. Randomized studies are used to confirm endpoints on safety or effectiveness. We will see how further on. A randomized single-arm or double-blinded study design are used to provide a thorough comparison for effectiveness and, in some cases, safety. Double-blinded studies for devices are rarer and difficult to implement because of the specific logistics required, as well as the fact that surgeons usually know what they are using and therefore cannot be blinded. Some studies may be blinded for certain parties, for example, the subject or the physician performing the follow-up. Blinding is used to eliminate the subjectivity of data, either by subjects or investigators. Whichever design is chosen for the clinical investigation, there should be a justification provided that supports the validity of the study design, leading to objective and credible data. Now, how to review a clinical investigation plan? First of all, and as said before, regulatory professionals responsible for bringing a medical device to market and regulatory body reviewers should have a minimum of understanding about the device and its procedure, as well as the clinical and medical environment related to the intended use of the product. Understanding the current available therapies will also be important to evaluate whether the comparator, if involved, is chosen appropriately. The necessary document control must be in place to ensure that the CIP and its amendments, if any, used during the clinical investigation have been appropriately approved by the ethics committees, and that all involved parties were adequately trained on the correct documents.